We have a few more minutes to go, but I guess I'm just going to talk on behalf of the university.
You pushing me.
Yes.
She's pushing you.
For anyone that doesn't know who we are, we're Passion's Cooking. This is Chef Dario Tomaselli, and I'm Anita Heidema. And we're starting to do these. Well, we started our fridge feast, I guess it was May 10th, and really enjoyed it. It was talking about sustainable cooking during this time. If you don't have this in your fridge, what can you do? If you don't have that, how do you make up? And so we started our fridge feast series then, and it sort of evolved to many different things over the time period. And now we're doing our Sunday dinner. So last week we did ossobuco. We had to substitute some of the spare ribs, but we also did
Risotto?
Yeah, risotto. And what did we do the week before that? I'm trying to remember now.
The lentil dish.
Oh yes, we did a lentil dish because we're looking at more healthier alternatives with the Mediterranean lifestyle. So we concentrate a lot on that. So today's dish, we're going to be doing a Piri Piri chicken because next month, so if anyone doesn't know, we do something called the International Dinner Club, and people from all over the world have signed on to the International Dinner Club, and they do that with their friends and family. So it's usually meant for 10 people. Yeah. It could be 5 couples, it could be a group of 10 girls, guys, mixed, or whatever that is. And then you do one country a month. So for next month is Portugal. So the Piri Piri chicken is perfect to talk about Portuguese cuisine. Yeah. And so we've got a lot of things that are going on these days. So maybe I'll just, while we're waiting for people to get on and that, I'll just talk about it quickly. So the International Dinner Club, again, a different country every month. This month is Mexico. So many people have been having such a great time with Mexico. Yeah. And creating sort of the quarantine version of the International Dinner Club. So a lot of people are doing it in their own homes. And the great thing is we did this upgrade with our recipes, where we're offering two things, which is great. One is that serving sizes. So let's say you're quarantining of a family of 4 and you want to, with your children, create a Mexican night and you want to make it more of an educational theme type of thing, an educational way of learning about Mexico and the culture and whatever. You can do that. You can do that theme and you can toggle the servings to 4 people because normally the International Dinner Club is meant for 10. Yeah. So it's easy to toggle. So that's a new recipe upgrade that we did. And we also did something, so we put a lot of metric equations in our recipes, but you can toggle to imperial. So if you're used to using cups and teaspoons and tablespoons, it will convert for you. But that's a great option that we have also with all our recipes at Passion's Cooking. So, and that's one of the reasons we picked Portugal today is because the Piri Piri, because we're doing Portugal in May. We've been really, really busy with corporate cooking classes. It's been really exciting what the world is coming up with. So companies have been doing it with their employees, people have been doing it with their partners, with their clients, doing cooking classes. So we've really been doing a lot of those that has been really, really busy. With my business, I work with entrepreneurs and like work-life balance. So that's been crazy busy because of course everything that's going on. And of course with you at George Brown College and teaching all the clients online and the chefs out there that
well, it's the new, and I think we are learning how to adapt and to create something interesting. So it'd be interesting to see what's happening. I think it's been good in one way because we had time to think and redevelop, rethink the way we eat, the way we work, the way we do things in general. But it's been exciting. We were talking about today. Sometimes thanks to technology, we can be able to do multiple things. Not that we don't have very much work already, but it gives you more opportunity to do it.
And it's neat because I was doing Zoom when Zoom first came out, and now everyone's Zooming, and I did it with my clients before, but there's so much more to what's available in all these different programs and being able to reach people. And even in our International Dinner Club, people are doing Zoom calls to each other. So if you're with a group that you've organized to do this theme party that comes through every month, it's a great option to Zoom chat and create that dish.
Well, Zoom cocktail parties, Zoom this and Zoom that, Zoom get together. Maybe they could, I'm not sure, but maybe there is a Zoom May 24. Yeah. So it's an opportunity to really creating things. But what we want to really focus, what we've been focusing for, I think we'll say for the past year and a half, 2 years, it's really about connection. Unfortunately, that connection it's diminishing, maybe one-on-one, but we can still connect with people and friends via phone, via computer, and really focus on some of the simple recipe, which we're going to shoot today, that is not that complicated, but gives you a little bit of a variety using things that you have in your fridge or things that you can find in season right now. We're going to have asparagus right now, they're prime, right? And how we're going to cook them, how to marinate. For example, this chicken, Piri Piri, on our website. If you go, you will see then, for example, this specific recipe, we use it to marinate an whole Cornish hen. So if you go to a cottage and you want to prepare yourself, you want to go to the weekend, you want to prepare the 3 days, you can use the Piri Piri marination Anita is going to show you, and you marinate all your chicken, you get them all done, ziplock them, whatever we want to do it, and it gives you an opportunity to create so many things.
And what's great about the Piri Piri, we keep on forgetting the Instagram people over here. So
Sorry.
Hi, Instagram. We got Facebook over here, so we're hoping that everyone gets a good angle on what we're doing. The great thing about the Piri Piri is you can use it not only just for meat, but you can use it for vegetables. So if you're a vegetarian, you're able to use that as well. So there's so many different options with the Piri Piri recipe. We have it in the fridge all the time.
Yes, that's a staple.
And it's a staple for us. So we will add it to our mayonnaise. We'll add it to sandwiches. We'll add it to dressings. Anything to sort of spice things up a bit. We usually have it in a container and ready to go most of the time. So we're going to show you how to make that. We're getting close to starting here now, so I'm sure everyone is on already. So hello to everyone over here. I'm trying to wave on, and I think through Anita, I think it's being added on and waved on over there. Is it not? I'm on Passion. You guys are streaming on Dario's channel. Oh, we are. Okay. So we're going to have to get off this one then. Okay. Thanks for telling me. I didn't know if you were going off. No. Okay. Thanks for telling us. So we were in the wrong one.
Wow.
Victoria, can you talk to them?
My.
Just get this.
That is getting the popularity here. No.
We don't want it on your channel. We want on Passion.
We want on Passion's Cooker channel.
People are probably wondering why.
What are they?
Here?
What are they? Here we go. We are here. Fashionably late. Here we are.
Sorry, Instagram, we're a little bit late. We had a little bit of a snag here. We've been going on and on about the Piri Piri that we're doing, things that we've been also creating with clients, and so we'll get going because I don't want to end up leaving everyone else.
You know what? We want to make sure that it's May 4. It's not rushed, right? We are relaxing. The weather is not cooperating today as much as we want it.
We were hoping to do more of a barbecue today, but unfortunately the weather's not cooperating. So with this recipe and what we're doing, as I mentioned, the Piri Piri, we have the sauce that we have in the fridge all the time. We make it. For this, I've asked everyone to go over to Pasha's Cooking into the recipe section, and the Piri Piri and Cornish hen is there.
Yeah.
And we're using the marination portion of that recipe. And like I said, we make advance, we put it in the fridge. We always have it to add to vegetables if you want to do a salad or you want to roast. You can do so many things with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing it for the, because next month on the International Dinner Club is Portugal. So that's why we're doing that. So anyway, so we'll get started here. I think most people are on. If you have any questions, love to hear them. Be wonderful to
make sure you say hi.
Say hi to us. We'd love to hear any questions that you might have. Again, Chef Dario, Tomaselli, Anita Heidema, our messages put together to stay together.
That's what we see.
And what we do.
That's right.
So we're going to make the Piri Piri. What we're going to do is add the ingredients into the Vitamixer. You can do that in any type of blender, really. Anywhere. You want to make sure that it's the consistency that you're looking for, right? Yeah, so any kind of blender. We love our Vitamixer. We use it a lot for juicing and everything else because we do a lot of juicing as well. So we're just going to put that in there and we're going to make the chicken marination. So first we're going to have a few chilies and red peppers. We've put them in some of the olive oil that's also available in the recipe. And then we've got 8 garlic cloves in here. Which they've been roasted, right? Yeah, so everything's been roasted here. The actual red pepper we did on the stove. Right on the burner, right here. Put right on the burner. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, but it roasts them perfectly. It smells wonderful in the house. So we've added that all together into one and did them in advance. Perfect. So we've got some of the lemon juice and lemon zest. And again, the recipe is over at Passion's Cooking. If you look at the Piri Piri Cornish hen, you'll see it there. We've got some smoked paprika that we're adding in there as well.
Just for a little bit of kicking.
A little bit of kick. We've got some vinegar that we've got in here. Now it asks for red wine vinegar, but we have balsamic.
We have balsamic vinegar. You know, actually, it's funny you say that. I mean, it's red wine vinegar. It could actually also be some sherry vinegar. You want more of a hot malt vinegar would be great too, I think. Yeah. I would not go for a white vinegar if possible. You know, if you have no choice, that would be an option. And this is
brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
So put that in there as well.
So the brown sugar really helps on the caramelization and on the coating. Almost, I would right there, sweetheart.
Oh.
And almost on the curing, right? So it's the curing of the meat. So sometimes when you cure, you want a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. Here we got the brown sugar and
it hits all the senses on your tongue when you have all those things. And it's so easy to make in advance and be able to do things with it. So I'm just going to be a little noisy here for a second.
Wow. I can smell it.
Yeah, it smells very good.
Woo! Baby!
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
So normally what I like to do is get a glass jar or bowl and put a Ziploc bag into it for chicken or any kind of vegetables, actually, if you want to marinate it. And so let's say you were going to do the chicken and you were going to actually put it in a freezer afterwards. This is a perfect way to be able to do it, to add the chicken inside and then pour the marination. And then you would just fold it up. You easily zip it up and store it however you want. You can, with the bags, I find it's easy to really get into all of that.
I think it's so much better, and they're much more resistant, I think, and it's good.
So, but we're going to be doing, for this one, because we've got some made already, we're just going to use a bowl to be able to do the chicken.
Beautiful. Oh, there we go.
And I don't like touching chicken, so.
And you see, this is a beautiful free-range chicken. It's quite a large side of a chicken too, right?
Well, I forgot to mention this one, actually. Dario had deboned a whole chicken and showed how to debone a whole chicken. So you left the one part of the bone in it already?
Yeah, the little wing bone on it. So it's actually good if you want to roast it. We can wrap them with tin foil. Actually, we can show them how to wrap them in tin foil. And so the bone doesn't burn, and you can roast it in the oven, on the barbecue, whatever you want. Oh, yeah, look at that.
So we're just going to put that marination in there.
Perfect.
And then cover it and stir it up. And because we've done some stuff in advance already, we've just done one breast here to show you. And there's a reason why you want the skin on too, right?
I really do. The skin is more like the canvas, right? You want to make sure that you protect the chicken, and it's a little bit moist. There is not enough fat, so we need that fat there. So no matter what the way we cook it, if you want to cook it on a barbecue, or if I want to cook on a barbecue, also what I like to do is cook it in a barbecue. I would like to put maybe some tin foil and cook it right on the tin foil on the barbecue, so it doesn't really charcoal too much.
And it's interesting because I've had some Piri Piri that's been in bottles so far, and unfortunately I have not found one that I like to use. So making it fresh yourself, like look how easy that was. That was so easy.
Well, it's an easy recipe too, right? So it gives you many opportunity of doing, and like Anita was saying, this one is one of those things that we can use for making a mayonnaise, making absolutely everything you really want.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's easy to put in the fridge. The recipe again is at Passion's Cooking.
Here we go.
The recipe for the Piri Piri is at Passion's Cooking, and go on over there and take a look. And all the ingredients we just did there, so it's easy to do.
Easy.
We're going to be doing it in the oven, and we're going to showcase it. But the barbecue, vegetables, anything else you can do with salads for anyone that hasn't.
Really, anything we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, we're going to serve a little vegetable salad, a real roasted vegetable salad. okay? And what we did is what we find in the store. So what we have some red pepper, we have some Brussels sprouts, we got a piece of parsnip, and we got this beautiful asparagus, okay? Which I want to show you guys the way I like to clean the asparagus, cook them, which is not by steaming them, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually roast them on a skillet. I think is the best way to retain all the flavor. Asparagus come from an onion family, so they got a lot of pungency, and the aroma is really, really beautiful. There is a bit of acidity from the onions, and also there is a lot of the licorice textures, okay?
And one of the things you always say is when you're roasting things,
Right.
they roast at different temperatures and different things. So you don't want to ruin your asparagus. So the best way is to do it separately
Just
and
do it
then add
separately.
it in.
And I mean, you don't have to do it in a skillet,
Yeah.
okay? If you want, you can do it directly on a barbecue. So we'll show you, you can marinate them, and then you can put them on a barbecue, and off it goes. But before we go there, I want to show you the way we're gonna cut our vegetable, okay? So we have a bowl here, all set up, okay? So I'm gonna put a little bit of a sliver of garlic here, okay? Then it's been quickly shaved, really, really fine. And then we're gonna put some olive oil, and I'm gonna keep it simple, okay? I don't wanna do too much to it. So a little bit of olive oil, maybe a little bit more than a little bit, okay? And then what I like, some fresh rosemary, and we're gonna break it down with our hands again, because we're just gonna marinate it, just like that, okay? Beautiful. We're gonna put a little bit of salt and a little bit of, we got some salt over here.
It smells good.
Smells good,
I
doesn't it?
love olive oil and rosemary, even just to.
Just a little bit of salt here, a little bit of pepper. And why I start this one, because I want to create the base here, okay? Because yeah, you can cut all the vegetable for sure, and then cover it all up. But what I want to do, I want to make sure that everything is mixing together, okay? So maybe you can mix that for me. And then I'm going to show you how am I going to cut this vegetable. So, beautiful. So,
ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding. So here we're going to do, we're going to get the pepper. So what I like to do is keep, obviously not this one, okay? But what I like to do is this one. We're going to go right down, and then all the way here.
Sorry, I'm stealing.
Yeah, I know you are. And I'm gonna remove everything out.
Easily done.
And then what I cut them in pieces that you're comfortable with. We don't have to be super, super fancy on it. What I like to do is cut them in little triangles if you want it, just like that. Really kind of a free willy. Okay.
Now, when you're roasting vegetables, you want them to be around the same size too, right?
Are all the same size, but the thickness will be all the same, but you can see it. And I'm using even this part. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one, so why don't we want to use it? One of the biggest things I want to do, I want to make sure that I get rid of this white part here. The white part is what gives you a lot of the acidity on your stomach if you don't remove it. So what I like to do, I like to take it out. So I'm going to add this one to the bowl. Okay, so that's one. So the next one I'm gonna do, I got some parsnip here, okay? Delicious, you know, almost like, you can call it the white carrot, a beautiful vegetable to do to roast it. I peeled it, I had some left over, and I like to keep a little bit of the shape of the vegetable. So what I can do, I cut them in pieces like that, so they kind of work in different shapes, okay? But again, it's not gonna take too long to cook, because we gotta think about the time we are using this one and how to cook it, okay?
That's one thing you find when you roast vegetables. Some of them get kind of mushy in there.
Yeah.
Others they cook well, other ones they don't. So.
But this one is got, so this is packed with sugar, okay? Because it's almost like a carrot like that.
So that means that it's gonna brown that much easier,
It's gonna
right?
caramelize much better.
Yeah.
We got some Brussels sprouts. I don't know if you guys I love Brussels sprouts. I mean, we use Brussels sprouts like crazy.
I remember as a child, my mom cooking Brussels sprouts, and no one ever liked them then. Now they've become this hit.
Now, you see, for example, this leaf over here, they fall right off. So we want to wash them first. But this leaf over here, then they fall off. We don't want to use them. Okay?
So we're going to show this in
Okay, we don't want to use them. But what you can do, you can wash them and you can mix them into a salad. You know, you can do a salad with some spinach, some Brussels sprouts leaf, some cheese, some roasted pepper, whatever you want to do. So I like to use them at the end of it. I can add for a little bit of crunchiness. Okay, and then you see with the Brussels sprouts, what I'm gonna do, I got the core. I'm gonna cut them in 4, very simply like that, and add them into my bowl. I'm gonna do a couple of more here, and again, it's very simply like that.
Now the Brussels sprouts, it still does break up with some of the leaves in there. So that's okay though, right?
Yes, but they're not gonna break up as much.
It's not the direct outside ones.
No. That's what you're looking for. Here we go. So just like that, we're gonna add them in it. So what I have here also, I have a piece of butternut squash. Okay, we don't need maybe all that, but what I like to do, I like also the texture and the flavor of butternut squash. So what I like to do with this one, again, we gotta keep in mind the size and shape. And this one can be done way ahead. Like we do this one sometimes when kids come over and we prepare them ahead on the same marination, put them in a Ziploc bag. If you go to the cottage, cut everything, put them in a Ziploc bag, put them in your cooler, you get to the cottage, you put them in a roasting pan.
And then you roast them.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do cuts like this.
Prepping is still number one, I find. Being able to plan 90% of the time.
Yes,
it just saves you so much time.
It's very, very important. Then you really organize yourself like that.
And then if you have a variety of things, you can go, I've got 10 things in the freezer to work with.
And you can play around. Look at that. Just look at that. Beautiful color there. Nice and simple. We're gonna mix them nicely. So we have that. So
we're gonna leave this over here to marinate.
Yes. So we have.
And how long would you say to marinate? Sorry for interrupting. What's a minimum? A minimum
to half an hour. I really like to kind of have them do it. Okay. So this one we have this beautiful beast, Portobello. Okay. So what I like.
Bree's favorite.
That's Bree's favorite. Yes, she loves it. So I'm gonna show you something with this. Okay. Very simple. I'm gonna grab a bowl over here.
We have a really great Portobello mushroom burger that we have, a recipe. Oh, it's so good.
Nice and
simple. You get a chance.
Yeah.
I find that we're doing more vegetarian these days.
Well, it's giving people an option, right? All to do it. So what I like to do, I like to peel the Portobello, okay? And this is optional if you want it. I like to do it because it gives me a little bit more of a natural shape, and this one can be a little bit bitter, the outside. And then the center part, which is called the gills, we're gonna remove them. Why? Because again, there is a little bit of bitterness inside of this mushroom, okay? And it might be too dark. So I'll show you what I'm going to do.
Do you know what I always used to do previous to us being together was scrub the bejesus out of it. With a scrub.
You mushrooms. That's a great way. One thing
water.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that one thing you really don't want to do with mushroom, it's really soak them in water as much as possible. With a brush, with a cloth, you remove all the best thing about the mushroom is the earthiness. As soon as you put them in water, what the water is going to do is going to suck them in. This is a sponge, basically. Mm-hmm. And you want to make sure that you remove all the water when you cook it. And if I put more water in it, it's going to be.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here, watch what I'm doing. I'm just really gently peeling. I don't know if you guys can see it here.
Put it up a little bit higher,
So we move all the gills here.
We have lots of streaming going here, so we're just making sure that every angle can be seen. So if there's something you can't, or if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you.
So we want to make sure that we take all these gills out. And you know what? You got to be really gentle. You don't want to bruise the mushroom as much as possible. You want to make sure that you keep them as fresh and also as all in one shape. This is, for example, it's phenomenal for vegetarian. If you want to make a burger, this is what they call it, the mushroom steak. if you want to do it. So here we go.
We have the cauliflower steak too that we also like to make.
Yes, a lot of things we love to do. So this we're gonna remove them. Thank you very much.
You're so cute.
Okay. She's making fun of me.
No, it's just.
What is this?
You're so cute.
Okay, so watch this. Now, this is many ways you can do it. So you can actually roast them all like this and then serve them at the end with the salad. But what I like to do is this. Cut them in half. Cut them in 4.
Wow,
like
they're very meaty.
Very meaty. Look at that. Okay. Okay. We're going to toss them nicely with all the remaining of the vegetable. And you know, so imagine all this stuff is already done in advance, okay? You have all your stuff prepared. You don't have to worry about anything. Everything is just set up for you, ready to go.
So we've made the Piri Piri marination so far, and we've got the chicken there, and it's sitting, and it's ready to go. Now we've cut up the vegetables for the roasted vegetables, and there are little tips here and there that I think are important, because many times I've had them, oh, of course, we need more olive oil.
Well, you know why? The mushroom sucks everything in. See, the mushroom is really absorbing everything, and you really want to make sure that it's really absorbing as much as possible. So we have to be careful when we're going to put them in the oven. We're going to put them in a tray, super flat. Okay? So we don't want to put them one on top of the other one. You want to make sure that it's the widest tray as possible. The oven is at 400 degrees, really hot. Or you can do it, if you want, in a large cast iron pan, and you cook them on a stove if you don't have an oven. But if you have an option, that's what I recommend. Mushroom will be the first that they're going to cook. So you remove them and you put them in a separate container. So they don't overcook it.
So how long for the mushrooms and then how long for the rest?
It all depends. I mean, it could be 15 minutes or 10 minutes for the mushroom and maybe 20, 25 minutes for the remaining stuff. It all depends how thick you're going to cut it. The trick is this one. You're going to put your knife in it. As soon as you don't feel any more resistance, remove them. We don't want it to have a mush. So
use whatever vegetables you love, right? That's the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the big one. So that brings us to the last vegetable, which I think is the most important. Beautiful asparagus here. Look how beautiful the asparagus we found.
Well, it's asparagus season, right?
Yeah.
So.
And this is the time that you want to really use them. Mm-hmm. So here what I want to do. So I like to peel my asparagus if I can. So what I do, I put a container like this, and then gently I remove the tough skin or peeling of the asparagus. Now I do keep all that, okay, because we love to make soups. We like to make vegetable stocks.
What a great way to put it on the container, though, because otherwise it gets too flimsy.
Yeah, so it's nice and simple like that, okay? So you see what you're doing? You just peel it right out. Very gentle, don't go too far, okay? And you keep all this. Don't worry about the hand part because I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So you remove all that.
We got some Instagram. Hi, everyone. If anyone has any questions, I'd love to hear them.
So here we go. We're going to do one more. And then I'm going to show you. Here we go.
So if anyone has any questions, I'm going to be watching out here. I'm just waving everyone. Hello, everyone. I see lots of people over here. Hello, hello.
Hola. So look at that. This container becomes very handy because what I'm going to do, I'm going to put everything inside here. All that.
Oh, you're brilliant. What a great idea.
And whatever I'm going to need after, I'm going to close it. And then whenever I want to make vegetable stock, if I want to make a base for the soup, when I make an asparagus soup, I believe.
We have an asparagus soup recipe.
Yes.
Actually, I've passed this cooking too.
That's right.
It's so good.
And the thing is, I like to make my stock using vegetable the asparagus trimming. So at least the soup tastes of asparagus. So then what I do is this. I don't use a knife to cut it. But what I do, I'm going to, automatic is going to let me know which way that I need to cut it. So by hand, I'm going to do it like that. Simply like that. And look at that. So we're going to wait a little bit longer for that. And then look at that. All the trimmings. Yeah, we're going to wait maybe 2 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
So what are we going to do? Look at that. Just look at that.
That's great.
So we're gonna keep it like that, and then whenever we need it, right?
Got it.
We got it. Put it away. I got it. Bingo. Is your name?
Bingo is your name?
Bingo is your name. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use maybe a bigger bowl. I have a bowl over here. I want to simply, this one, we're going to simply season them. I really don't like to do too much on asparagus here. Just like that. I'm going to have a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we can sprinkle a little bit of olive oil. Thank you. A little bit of olive oil. I'm going to sprinkle it right over. Beauty. Yes. Nice. With nice bath. She's more gentle than I am. I'm just a little too rough.
Can you get your hands in there? I'm like,
just very gently, really. And look at the best way of doing it, because I think this is the most exciting thing about cooking a vegetable. So now we're going to turn the pan on, okay? So with the vegetable, what we're going to do, let's say now has been 20 minutes.
30 minutes, you said, minimum.
Okay, 30 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put them in a tray. And I'm gonna make sure that the tray is really, I'm gonna make sure that exactly, yeah. You wanna
spread everything out.
We're gonna spread it really, really evenly, like that. Just like that.
You don't want things on top of each other because then they won't cook properly. So.
And that really also is going to tell us, let me just show them here, is going to tell us which one is the first. Like this one is going to cook quickly. The next thing could be the Brussels sprouts, but we can't control it. We put it in the oven, 400 degrees, arrivederci.
And
done.
How long did you have before you have to check it again? So 400 degrees, do you want to keep your eye on it, or can you let it sit for 5 minutes?
They need to stay in it. They need to stay in for a little bit, and you want to make sure then there is a little bit of a charcoal on the vegetable. So just let them be. Keep your eyes open. Don't put them in the oven and go to Toronto. Okay? You want to make sure that you always keep an eye all the time.
Unless you live in Toronto.
Yes.
I'm being a pain.
She's really a pain, honestly. Oh my God. Yes, unless you live in Toronto, then make sure.
Then it's okay.
Okay, perfect. So you got the temperature on. So Anita's got a skillet, and you see the skillet is wide enough for us to sear the asparagus. This is my favorite way of doing it. We're gonna keep it right on it. We're gonna put quite a bit of olive oil. Beautiful.
Is that enough, Boss?
Perfect. Yes. And now it's gonna be super hot. As soon as it's gonna be hot, we're gonna have 1 clove of garlic here. I'm gonna give you actually something beautiful. I'm gonna give you a gift. My fancy tweezers.
Oh, I was gonna just throw it in with this.
Yeah.
Aww.
This is a little tweezer.
That's for your plating.
Yes. So you can use the tweezer here. So we want to make sure the pan is nice and hot. And how we're gonna do? We're gonna put the garlic in it. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna wait until the garlic is really, really, really hot. As soon as the garlic becomes hot and it starts roasting, then we're gonna layer the asparagus evenly on the pan, and we're gonna give the perfect caramelization.
I'm trying to see if everyone can see what's going on.
Can you guys see it? Let us know if you can.
Oh, garlic. Does anyone have any questions? Any stories you want to tell us of quarantine and what's been happening? We have lots of people that are on here, so just wanted to.
Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
Everybody has at the party. So look at that. Oh, here we go. So you can smell the garlic now start really escaping. So basically, I don't want to slice it because we don't want the garlic to burn. We want to make sure that everything is just perfect. And then you're gonna feel it when it gets really, really, really hot. And the asparagus, what they're gonna give you just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful roasting. So we got 2 more minutes there, I think. What do you think?
You're the boss.
I'm the boss. No. I know better. I'm not the boss.
I think it's pretty good.
Here we go. So we can put it in. Look at that. And we're just gonna leave them alone. We're not.
Do we put any type of a top on it?
No. No, we don't.
Look at this asparagus. It's not sitting.
But it's gonna sit. As soon as the heat is gonna, as soon as they're gonna start feeling the heat.
I'm gonna let you do this first. Come on over.
He wants me to work now.
Yes,
He wants me to
I'm
work.
a slave driver. I just know you're very particular on what you want to do.
So here we go. So we want to make sure that we are very careful. And you see, we just move the oil around. I want to make sure that the garlic stays golden. The golden times. And we want to make sure that it's perfect. Look at that. Look at the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh,
Surprise!
where did you go? Did you run away on me?
Yes, I did.
Look at that.
With all the cooking we've been doing, I'm just worried that the alarm will be going off.
No, they don't. See what happened here? As soon as the asparagus, you fond them and get a little bit, the garlic gets a little bit too dark. No problem. Right here. It's sitting on top over here, perfectly. But right now, I can actually.
I don't know if everyone can see that. Yeah.
Right now, I can. Let me just see for a second. Okay, so you can see it here. Look at that. But I want to show you the color. Look how beautiful golden brown they are.
Asparagus, you know, having them tasted the best.
Voila. Look at that. And this one is going to take, guys, maximum 3 to 4 minutes. Because you do not want to overcook them. It's nothing worse you can do to an asparagus. Oh.
Someone is really trying to get a hold of us here, so I'm just gonna put this off.
Is it some of you guys
It
that
always,
are trying to
it always ends up, the phone call comes right during the live, doesn't it?
Oh, that's perfect. It's more organic and natural.
Yes.
We like to answer every question. Sometimes people call us. Okay, so you see right now. So quick tip here. So the garlic, it becomes a very important element of this, right? So we want to make sure, again, we put on top. I'm going to lower the temperature.
I don't know if Facebook can see as well over there, so.
Okay, you can?
Maybe we can hold up one of the.
Voila. So you can see it right here. These beautiful, beautiful asparagus. Okay, so we're going to make sure we shut it off because the business is done. Okay, we're going to keep them on the side just like that.
And I love adding more vegetables into our life and finding ways to do it and finding alternatives because sometimes you get tired of the same old, right? So
now watch this.
Oh, see, you're doing something as a surprise.
So see the garlic over here? So this one is going to become basically the flavoring of our salad. Okay? So we're going to make we're going to reuse the olive oil. We're going to use the garlic. It's really going to be the base of flavoring our salad. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to remove the garlic on the side. We're going to have the oil set on the side here. Okay.
And so what we've done is we've added it to
oil. So
the oil that we had already, just to add some extra flavor.
So basically now you have the essence of the dish. Okay. So look at this. We had some asparagus already done here because we were efficient.
Yes.
Weren't we efficient? What do you think?
We want to not waste people's time, so we want to be able to.
So this is Anita Piri Piri. We
showed you how to make it at the beginning of the video. If you weren't here, go on over to Pasha's Cooking, or I guess this will be turning into an IGTV. I think the lives now turn into IGTV.
So have a look. We had some vegetables already done. Okay, so you can see they're all beautiful, gorgeous, colorful, delicious. Okay, but they're cooling down now, and that's the way I want it. I want the two texture. I want the hot chicken. And the vegetables, the actual room temperature. So once you cook them, you can keep them on the side of the stove and keep them, if you want to warm, you can put them in the oven for a bit. It's not a big deal, okay? But here's what I'm going to do. So basically, you know what we put in here, right?
Yep.
We put rosemary, we put oil,
Salt and pepper.
exactly. But look at this. All the vegetables remain exactly with their shape. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the caramelization here.
Mm.
Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. Okay. So here what we're going to do. We are going to add a little bit more of piri piri because we don't like it. Just watch this. Just a little bit more over here. We don't like it too much.
Oh, we love piri piri.
And over here, remember the roasted garlic from the roasted garlic that we use for the asparagus? We're just going to quickly
Smush it.
smush it down like that.
It makes like a paste.
Correct.
And that's a perfect way to do it for garlic as
Oh.
well. Like we do the garlic rub on the bread, but even if you wanted to do it as a smush,
Phenomenal, like that. So you're
it
going
makes
to go
like a
like
little
that.
paste. It's really good.
We're going to go like this, okay? Voila. I love it. I just love the smell of roasted garlic. Now we have a little bit of the flavor oil, which we want to use.
We never have enough olive oil in this house. And it's funny because I never would have thought that I would have used that much oil before. I would have thought it would have been too saturated, everything, but it is so good and so healthy. And it's such a big part of the Mediterranean lifestyle.
Do we use a lot of olive oil?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Are we over budget? We got to think about that.
We make sure that we have enough room for our olive oil. That's for sure.
So watch this, guys.
But it's interesting because we were having an olive oil seminar coming up too.
We have a special person. We just have a few of them actually.
Yeah, we've done farm to table. We've done in Italy. We've done wine sommelier. We've got another one we're going to be doing next week, and a lot of it is going to be for people that are in our international dinner clubs. We've got a lot of neat seminars coming out, and olive oil is one of them. There's so much to olive oil that people don't realize, and it does make a difference in your food and in your cooking.
So watch what we are thinking about doing.
You're changing things up as we go along.
No, wait, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm using the same stuff, but I'm kind of.
Oh yeah, you're improvising.
So watch this. So this one, the asparagus we roasted. I want to just show you guys. Look how perfectly they are, and they still got a bit of texture.
There too.
What is that? See? Sorry, you can see it. Part of my knife. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I want to keep this part over here, the asparagus, like that. Just like that. Okay. And this one over here, I'm going to cut it in pieces like that. The bottom part of the asparagus like that. Isn't it nice? You're laughing at me. I can feel it.
Well, you just have such a passion for cooking. It's so cute. And today it's
Here we go. Look at that. See, it's beautiful. Isn't it pretty? I think it's pretty.
It's beautiful.
Is it? Okay.
You can add. I like it that everything is sort of bite-sized pieces too.
But that's what. Okay. There's a reason why. If you guys know Anita, everything needs to be just perfect. You know, if you go to a restaurant or whatever we go, whenever we make anything, everything needs to have a component. And it's funny, we were having this interview with this famous chef in Italy, and he was saying the importance of tasting things individually. Say, no problem, she's got it all under control. Because Anita, doesn't matter how many things you put on a plate, she wants to taste everything individually first, then she puts them together. So,
and then I do all the different combinations and how it was made. I've done that since I was a child. So
I'm going to put these asparagus right here, just like that. Okay. And this one, I'm going to keep them on the side. Okay. So I'm going to mix them around. So this is my favorite part. Okay. So I'm going to show you. So I got one chicken already done. Yes.
I'm going to move this down.
Beautiful roasted chicken with piri piri, which I'm going to put it on the table. And that's quite large, actually. Okay. We got really lucky with that.
It was interesting, our seminar we had this week, we talked about what real chicken is supposed to look like and what people in an average day think chicken is. So white breast is not supposed to be white.
No.
It's supposed to have a pinkish color. So when you look at something that's organic or something that is more healthy, a free-range chicken,
yeah. Well,
it's a very, very white breast is not necessarily the way it's supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be like that, no.
Look at your plating.
Well, we want to make sure then we had every single ingredients that we use, okay? And you can do whatever you want. I mean, I've been a bit of a pain here. I got some of the mushroom. I want to make sure they're part of it. And the Brussels sprouts, which I absolutely love. Look at that. Look at that.
It's like a masterpiece here.
Not really.
I don't want to dive into this.
And look at this. Remember the parsnip, guys, that we cooked, that we wanted to make sure that we keep the shape on it?
And we're going to have to get a picture of this before it gets eaten.
Oh, is that? No. Really? Voila. Look at that. So this is our vegetable. So the best part of all this, all the tips of the asparagus we keep, you're going to put them like that. You see it? So everything kind of works nicely together. So you actually...
And these are great tips for the International Dinner Club on plating, because a lot of times, the people that join our International Dinner Club are more high-end foodies, and they want to have that presentation. They want to really try high-end quality product and present something, their table and their dishes with a little bit more.
And it's something very simple. So basically, it's the vegetable. And you think about then this one is done ahead. Mm-hmm. Okay? So now we have a chicken, and you can do whatever you want. You can slice it in small little pieces if you want it. But see, nice and juicy still is. Oh, yes.
You love this plating from the restaurant business, and that's why.
It's for you.
Oh, thank you, dear.
So we can do, look at this. Isn't it tasty?
Very good.
So we can break it down in places like this. Oh my God, I got water in my mouth here. It's so juicy and delicious. Oh, I actually was gonna, nice. And
that's what we like to cook together. We feed each other.
Look at that, beautiful. So remember that oil, then we had that flavored garlic oil? We can.
I don't think everyone can get a chance to see this here, so I'm just gonna put it up here.
So we're gonna put a little bit of that oil over there. And then, because I personally don't think that is never enough, personally, that's my opinion. I like to put a little bit of the Piri Piri.
And really, this Piri Piri is very, very good. If you like to buy it in the stores, it's very easy to make yourself. So
there we go.
There it is there.
Something simple, something really simple, something then it could be your simple chicken, then you can use for anything basically, okay? And you can prepare ahead. Let's make sure it doesn't fall down here. Here we go. And nice and simple with great flavor. And what we want to make sure is prepare ahead, organize yourself, don't get scared, because this is delicious.
Very, very good.
Great.
So thank you so much for joining us. We haven't been able to see a lot of the questions that are coming through. We see there's lots of people on and things going on, but this is the Piri Piri chicken, plated.
Nice and simple, guys, huh?
It's very, very simple. And if you missed, we'll be eating. We'll be eating, but we will be putting the tape out there if anyone's missed it. The recipe for the Piri Piri is over in Pasha's Cooking in the recipe section there. It does say Piri Piri and Cornish hen. We use the Piri Piri marination is basically what we're doing. Some tips on roasting vegetables and how to make a beautiful, delicious meal. We chose this one because next month in the International Dinner Club is going to be Portugal, and it's a Portuguese dish. So
the most important thing that you have to understand, this one could be completely done on a barbecue. We wouldn't even have to use no stove.
And our plan was to do the barbecue,
yes.
But unfortunately the weather's not that great out there. So today that's what we did. But there's there's so many great things you could do on the barbecue. And we're going to be doing more Sunday dinners, I think.
But you think about, we're in season right now of asparagus, these beautiful vegetables. I know on a Friday before you leave for the cottage, you get all the vegetable marinated, put it in a Ziploc bag, and get all your asparagus peeled and clean, unless you want to do them at the cottage. Close them, put them there. Your chicken, you marinate that. We do that, and we do different type of marination, whatever you want to do. Ziploc or food safer if you have, whatever you really do. And make sure they're chilled, and just leave it.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. This is Pasha's Cooking. Good together to stay together is what we say and what we do. And we'd love for you to stir into our journey. Coming over to Pasha's Cooking. We've got some great night skill programs that we have there that are available. Lots of resources for you food lovers out there. So thank you so much for joining us today, and happy Sunday.
Come and stir
into our journey.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Oh, what am I doing? This or that?